We swipe, we like, we share. I mean, it's basically muscle memory at this point, right? But what happens when we zoom out and look at these daily habits through the lens of modern commerce? Welcome to today's Explainer, folks. I am so excited to have you here because we are about to set out on a really fascinating journey. Our goal today? We are going to completely demystify social media's role in the business world. You know, we hear about social media literally every single day, but usually we just experience it as everyday consumers. Well, today, we're putting on our business lenses. We're going to see exactly how these virtual environments are fundamentally shifting how the entire world communicates, builds reputations, and, of course, sells products. I promise you, by the end of this explainer, you are going to look at those apps on your phone in a totally different light. Let's get into it. Here's our quick roadmap for today. First up, we'll cover the social media phenomenon. Then, we'll move into exploring the platforms. After that, we'll look at the global messaging giants. And we'll wrap up with pros, cons, and you.
Okay, let's dive right into section 1, the social media phenomenon. To kick things off, let's anchor ourselves. What are we actually talking about when we say social media? Well, the Oxford English Dictionary keeps it pretty simple. They define it as a communication tool using computers to create, share, and exchange information in a virtual environment. Pretty straightforward, right? But back in 2005, an academic named Adams took it a step further. He described it as the emergence of computer-based social interaction itself. So it's really not just about the technology. It's a fundamental shift in how human connection takes place, happening entirely within a simulated space.
Now, you might be wondering, why do businesses care so deeply about these virtual environments? Simple. They are absolute massive growth engines. Seriously, whether you're a brand new startup or a massive established enterprise, these platforms open up entirely new opportunities to contact your customers directly. It's all about merchandising, building your brand awareness, and really cementing your business reputation. You can share real-time news, track down highly specific target customers, and ultimately communicate in a way that builds confidence and motivates buyers. It's basically word-of-mouth marketing, but amplified on a massive global digital scale. Moving right along to section 2, exploring the platforms. When we look at two of the absolute pioneers in this space, Facebook and Twitter, we see two totally different contact strategies. Facebook is built around having a massive number of target customers. It's got features that let you leave messages, deeply browse through different products, and scroll through product pictures. Twitter, though, it's a whole different ballgame. It really isn't intended primarily for just chatting with friends and family. It's specifically designed so you can directly contact specific targets. With its famous limit of just 140 words for a tweet, the communication there is incredibly direct, super concise, and very public.
Shifting gears to the more visually driven tools, we've got Instagram and Pinterest. Now, Instagram's really unique characteristic is its smartphone-only roots. It was designed from the ground up as a free application heavily focused on mobile phone usage. Pinterest operates a little differently. It's basically a place to create and store images, projects, and memos. And for a business, that is incredibly powerful. You can offer featured images for your new products that actually serve as beautiful, eye-catching backlinks directly to your company website. It's pretty brilliant.
And then, of course, we have TikTok. This platform absolutely thrives on creating, sharing, and discovering short videos. What really makes it stand out is its specific demographic utility. It acts as a major outlet, primarily for young people, to just express themselves through highly engaging formats. We're talking singing, dancing, comedy, lip syncing, the whole shebang. For any business trying to reach a younger demographic today, this kind of community-driven video sharing is just an absolute goldmine. This brings us to a really distinct trio that drives some major corporate results: Google, LinkedIn, and YouTube. Google is, well, the ultimate search engine, right? Utilizing a Google Plus account ensures your business page actually pops up prominently right in the corner of those search results. Then there's LinkedIn, which is your B2B powerhouse. It operates entirely on the principle of connections. It's where you take basic contacts and turn them into a solid network of business partners, coworkers, and sales leads. Finally, YouTube, which is actually owned by Google, by the way, is the undisputed king of video. It lets business owners provide deep, content-rich news and product info through a super engaging visual medium.
Okay, let's pivot to section 3, global messaging giants.
First up in this space is WhatsApp. And let me tell you, this is an absolutely dominant force when it comes to communication over the internet. It's a phone-based app dedicated entirely to sending text messages, pictures, videos, and stickers seamlessly across borders, completely bypassing those traditional SMS fees. But the absolutely crucial point here is the sheer scale. 700 million. Just let that sink in for a second. As of January 2015, WhatsApp became the most popular messaging app globally, with 700 million members. This staggering historical milestone really just goes to show how rapidly and how thoroughly these messaging apps conquered global communication. It's mind-blowing. We also definitely need to touch on Line. Invented over in Japan back in 2011, it serves a similar utility but commands massive, massive regional loyalty. It's an app used to send messages to friends or groups of friends, and it really emphasizes that anytime, anywhere connectivity. And let's be honest, that kind of constant connection has become the absolute baseline expectation for modern consumers today. And then there is WeChat. Owned by the Chinese tech giant Tencent, WeChat is an entirely different beast altogether. It's Tencent's answer to messaging, sure, but calling it just a messaging app? That is doing it a massive disservice. WeChat sits right behind Facebook's WhatsApp and Messenger with over 1 billion monthly users. But it goes so far beyond just sending texts. Users literally manage their entire lives inside this single application. I'm talking handling financial payments, booking flights, reserving hotels, you name it. It is the perfect illustration of how social media has evolved from a simple communication tool into a completely all-encompassing digital ecosystem. That brings us to our final part, Section 4, Pros, Cons, and You. Let's take a step back and neutrally weigh all this out. The business and personal advantages? They're incredible. You get global communication with absolute ease, you see increased brand loyalty, higher conversion rates, and real-time information sharing. But the human costs are very real too. These platforms can sometimes seriously lack genuine emotional connection. They can actually decrease our face-to-face communication skills, convey inauthentic expressions of feelings, diminish our overall thoughtfulness and understanding, and frankly, they can facilitate a whole lot of laziness. Consider this really profound paradox from our source material. It states that social media causes face-to-face interactions to feel disconnected. Just think about the irony there for a second. We are using these tools that were explicitly designed to connect us virtually, but they can actively harm our physical, real-world social skills. It's such a vital reminder that while these platforms are absolutely essential for modern business, they really require mindful usage to protect our actual human connections. And that brings us directly to you. Your challenge right now is to choose just one of the platforms we discussed today. Whether it's Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, Instagram, Google, TikTok, WeChat, Line, or WhatsApp, pick one. Get a group together and actively debate its real-world advantages against its hidden costs. As we've seen today, these aren't just apps sitting on your home screen, they are massive ecosystems shaping human behavior and global markets every single second. The real question is, are you using these platforms to build your future, or are they quietly using you? Thank you so much for joining me on this explainer. Stay curious, folks.